What's up, guys? This is Kent with GrowJack Outdoors. I am Jack's dad, for those of you that don't know, and I will be your host for this week's garden update. Let's get right into it. Well, Jack and I had a crazy week, which is why he didn't get around to doing his garden update. We have another channel on here, for those of you that don't know, called Speed Bump Garage, and Jack made a little short, and we put it on here and TikTok on my channel, and it went completely out of this world viral. It had over 56 million views or something like that. Took our following on TikTok to 1.2 million, and then they shut the whole account down and took it all away from us. So Jack has been on an emotional roller coaster this week. We'll tell you the whole story once we figure out what's going to happen with it, but that's where we're at. It's been a crazy week, and that's why you're stuck with me for your update this week. I'm gonna do my best. I have not really been involved with the garden at all this summer. Jack has done it all himself, and I know he's gotten pretty far behind on weeding. Please don't hammer him in the comments. It has been over 100 degrees for a week straight now. We're fighting it, and you know, he's just trying to make it to the end of season. Stuff is just trying to survive in this heat, us included. So let's start with the watermelons. We'll run through all them first and go from there. So this is the big boy. Stump's over there somewhere, but it is really getting big. Just guessing it's probably around 120 pounds. I brought this little Coke can so you guys can see the size difference. There we go. Pretty big watermelon. I'm guessing 120 pounds and still growing. Plant still looks pretty decent. We got a few dead spots, but I have pretty high expectations for this one. Definitely going to be the biggest one this season. Up next, looks like we got a plant here. See what it looks like. Quite a bit smaller. Probably a 60-pound watermelon, maybe a little bigger, 60, 70. And then he removed this one last week because it had aphids. I think maybe one there too. Looks like, hey Woody. And then I noticed this out here earlier. This plant is dead and it looks like some squirrels or something got into that one. So that is not good. Definitely that's bothersome, because if they got into the pumpkins, that would be the end of the season, but hopefully we can keep them out. Stepping over here to these watermelons, I don't really know what's going on here. There's a plant somewhere. There's too many weeds, but I see a watermelon there and there. And there's a little baby. And then we've got AJ's, well, another plant here too. But we've got AJ's little plant here. His stump's over there somewhere. And his little watermelon's growing. I don't know if that's probably 40 pounds maybe. It's a decent sized little watermelon. We know he'll be excited about it. Get it covered back up. I see a lot of people asking why Jack covers those. It's to keep them from getting sun bleached, because they'll get kind of chalky and the skin will get real hard on them. Oh, we missed one. I don't know which plant this is coming off of. Another good size one, probably about the same size as that one. A little bit shorter. Still a good size watermelon. I'm guessing this must be that plant. And maybe that one is that plant. I don't know. Jack can clear that up for us next week. That's all the watermelons. Then we've got this big, beautiful pumpkin plant right here. Nice big leaves on it. And it completely aborted that pumpkin. I was so sad to see that, because this plant really looks nice. I do see it throwing a couple more pumpkins here. It's just too late to grow a giant. Not gonna happen for that one. But honestly, that's the best looking plant he's got out of the three. This side vine is coming off of this plant, but this plant is just tiny. Not a whole lot of plant push in this pumpkin. Let's see how big it is. Woody, hot. Getting some shade in there. Well, there it is. And that in itself is a big pumpkin. It's not the biggest, but bigger than anything you're gonna buy at the store for sure. Definitely over 100 pounds. I bet that's 150, 200 pound pumpkin. Good size one. And this plant here is a seed from last year's Oklahoma state record. Definitely not gonna make it to a state record, but still gonna be a nice, impressive pumpkin if you can keep it moving. It doesn't have a whole lot of plant pushing it, so these hot days are a struggle for sure. Then lastly, we got the big one that Jack has called Goliath. If you see what I'm talking about on these plants, see how these leaves just don't look as nice as that one. I just really love this plant, and I'm sad it aborted. I really think it could have pushed hard, but this one still doesn't look bad. It's got some nice big side vines on it. We'll see what his stump's looking like. Still looking really good. Main vine down through there looks healthy all the way down the full length of the plant. Nice big side vines on there all the way out here. One, two, three. I think he's probably got at least 7 sets of side vines. Quite a bit of plant push in this little pumpkin. Let me set you guys up and I will pull the cover. Really liking the way this one looks. The ribs on it are getting nice dark orange. It's gonna be so bright. Really defined ribs on it. And it is getting big. That thing is an absolute monster. Give you some perspective here. There's the Coke can on that giant. Now I came out here and tried to measure this a minute ago. Let me grab Jack's book and we'll talk about what it's estimating. So Jack did not measure yesterday, but he did measure the day before. And it was estimating about 340 pounds. And I tried to pull some measurements on it a minute ago off camera, and we're still pretty close to what his measurements were 2 days ago. I could be measuring it differently, so I can't officially say, but we're somewhere around 340 pounds on the estimate, which puts us a little over 40 pounds gained since the last update. And we've been in about 100-degree temperature every day, and that is a really good sign when it's still gaining in that heat. A lot of people say that the pumpkins don't like to put on weight over 80 or 90 degrees, so the fact that Jack's been able to continue to push weight in this heat and keep his plant healthy for the most part is really impressive. Well, that's going to be it for the update this week. We really appreciate you guys watching. I appreciate you guys supporting Jack and following along throughout this season. We are on the home stretch, less than a month out from the Oklahoma State Fair, where Jack will be weighing in, hopefully, a giant pumpkin and a giant watermelon. We hope to see some of you guys there. That'll be the Oklahoma State Fair. I think it's middle of September sometime. We'll keep you guys up to date on it. So hopefully next Thursday, Jack will be back with the update, and hopefully that pumpkin's put on some more weight by then. Thank you so much for watching. See you guys next week.